Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. It's getting very lively and very interesting. In our yesterday's analysis, I did make it very clear that when you see the warring camps hardening their stance, that can be a confirmation that a deal is about to be sealed. And from the press conferences we have seen today, it appears the warring camps are inching closer to sealing a deal. Observing what happened today, Raila and his brigade are a very happy lot this evening. They have achieved something they were not able to achieve some weeks ago. They have forced William Ruto to a negotiating table. That was just impossible some weeks ago before the mass action. The main reason why Raila Odinga and his team called for countrywide protest and mass action was because William Ruto and his team, they were not ready to sit down for a dialogue. And I'm saying that because before Azimio called for mass action, they gave a 2 weeks ultimatum, a 2 weeks deadline. In that 2 weeks, William Ruto and his team was to engage them to find out solutions to the issues Azimio was raising. William Ruto failed to do that. In fact, they were talking very arrogantly and really chest thumping. The 2 weeks elapsed, and then Raila Odinga postponed it for about another 2 weeks. And then he announced that the mass action will now start on 20th. All that duration, Raila and his team were trying to bring William Ruto and his team to a negotiating table. William Ruto and his team played a hardball, and they even became more arrogant. But having seen the strength of Raila Odinga, what Raila Odinga commands on the ground, William Ruto has been forced to a negotiating table with Raila Odinga. And Raila has made it very clear that wakileta nyef, then after 1 week, they will be back again on the streets. In this video, I want us to dig deep into this story for Kenyans to understand exactly the games being played behind the scenes, considering the fact that on Friday, a very angry William Ruto met some top government officials, and he was very much concerned about what has been happening in Kenya in the recent days. Before we dig deep into that, if you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's continue. Yes, let's now dig deep. Why do you think Raila Odinga called for mass action and protest across the country? In my honest opinion, the mass action was called because the government was too proud to sit down in a way they could find out a solution to the issues Raila Odinga and his team were raising. And the issues, the first one was the high cost of living, the second one, the servers, and the third main issue was the reconstitution of IEBC. William Ruto and his team were too proud to engage Raila Odinga on those issues. And honestly, looking at it objectively, servers cannot be opened without a dialogue. The cost of living, from what we have seen, William Ruto and his team are very clueless and very naive to a point. They are not able to lower the cost of living without having a dialogue or a sit down with the opposition. And then on the third issue, the reconstitution of IEBC. All these things, in my honest opinion, cannot be done without dialogue. And that dialogue is what William Ruto and his team never wanted. But today, they have shown some slight signs that they're ready for that dialogue. As a smart politician, you must not allow yourself to be seen as the headliner. In the event Raila Odinga could have rejected that offer by William Ruto, then William Ruto and his team could have successfully created this impression that Raila is not honest about the issues he's raising, but is just out to cause chaos. That in mind, Raila has told them, Sawa, if you are ready for dialogue, we are also ready for that dialogue. But as Raila accepts William Ruto's willingness for dialogue, he has made it very clear that after 1 week, if nothing is being done, if there's some monkey business is being played behind the scenes, then they'll take back to the streets. So technically, Raila Odinga has just postponed the Monday's mass action. The mass action is still within Azimio's consideration in the event William Ruto and his team misbehaves. That's exactly what is happening here. And now, what are some of the political implications of that move by Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto? The first thing coming out very clearly, William Ruto has felt the political strength of Raila Odinga on the ground. Upon William Ruto being declared the winner by Chebukati, Ruto assumed that the ground actually left Raila Odinga. So for the about 2 weeks, Raila has been on the ground. Ruto has been taught a lesson, and he has seen for himself that the ground is still with Raila Odinga. And that's why he has been forced to a negotiating table. If the ground could have not heeded Raila's calls for mass action, William Ruto could have not bothered actually inviting Raila Odinga to a negotiating table. Because what William Ruto has technically done, he has invited Raila and his team to a negotiating table. And that confirms that Raila Odinga is still a force to reckon with on the ground. And that in one way or the other can help in building Raila Odinga's strength on the ground. That's something Kenyans should and must know. And then secondly, politics is never a straight line. If you look at the way things were unfolding, I'm of a very strong opinion that Raila Odinga and his team had to take a break, maybe a 1 week break, to re-strategize. Because on Thursday, Raila Odinga and his team, they were very badly exposed when we saw a Raila Odinga's motorcade being surrounded by some rogue police officers. That really exposed Raila Odinga badly. His security, there was a security lapse in his team. And personally, I felt that it was time for Raila Odinga and his team maybe to take a 1 or 2 weeks break to re-strategize on fixing that security lapse in his team. And one such way of fixing that is for Raila Odinga to identify some diehards who cannot be threatened or be scared with the tear gas. Because from what we saw, it's a fact. Raila enjoys that massive support on the ground, but it appears that that ground sometimes can leave Raila Odinga and can leave him exposed to some rogue government elements. So this break was necessary for Raila Odinga to fix that, because it's a fact he has got that fanatical following. He only needed to fix that loophole. And to fix that loophole, there was a needed break. And that needed break was also to energize his supporters. So this press briefing by Raila Odinga, in my honest opinion, is another excellent, genius political decision by Raila Odinga. It was a needed break to re-strategize. A revolution is not all that easy. It's never a one-day or a two-day event. It's a process full of strategies. That's something coming out very clearly. As I conclude, the ground, Raila Odinga has confirmed that yes, the ground. He only needs to do the fixing on the part of the security lacuna we did witness. From what happened, it's a fact that Raila Odinga has won against William Samoei Ruto. He has forced Ruto to a negotiating table. That's a brilliant move by Raila Odinga. Let's meet in our next analysis. But in case you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person who want to support us, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.